Hi guys, welcome back to my channel again. Today I'm going to show you how to do a salon design similar to this one. So I'm going to show you how I stick my gems on, and I'm also going to show you the pearl liner brush, which is so pretty. It's very fine. I hope you can see how little that is. Come close. So, easy peasy. You are going to use your base colour to start with. I'm going to go for a pink on this particular one. And most ones need 2 coats, I'd say, but some polishes might need 3. So go ahead and cure that in the lamp for 30 seconds. While we're doing that, I shall show you these beautiful crystal AB elements. They're very unicorny. In most lights they're greeny yellow, but then when you tilt them they'll go pinky purple and orange and all sorts of colours. They are so pretty. The other thing I'm going to show you, what I tend to do is use the back of an old stamping plate, because the lines I've drawn are literally just gel polish. It's not anything special, nothing fancy, don't have to buy any extra products for this. So that's 30 seconds of one cut. And then one more. Now, I find when you're painting, especially if you're doing one stroke or anything like that, sometimes it's nice to have a matte top coat over the top, because I find the grip's a bit nicer when you're painting. So as soon as I've cured this in the lamp, I'm going to then go ahead and top coat that in a matte, because when you come to the finished look you can top coat over the top again in clear, which will give your design a nice shine. If you want to top coat in matte, that's fine. But I just find butting a little bit of the top coat up to the gem just gives it that little bit extra strength, because I will show you how I fix the gems. I tend to use a clear hard gel. I'm just using this scaggy tub of C&D Brissa. Don't particularly like it as a sculpting gel, if I'm honest, but it works for sticking gems on, so it's an expensive way of sticking gems on though. So I'm using, don't shout at me, Elite 99 No Wipe Top Coat, which I absolutely find to be the best matte top coat I've tried so far, and it's cheap as chips. It's like £5 or something. So that's that one if you're interested. I don't really advise you buying Elite 99, if I'm perfectly honest, for salon use. I use it for these sorts of things. Some of them are good. Can't knock some of the colours, but I do find the chippings hit and miss with them, and I'm having to use other products to help keep them useful, if that makes sense. Although all of these are Elite 99, so I'm probably eating my words a little bit. So let's have some black and white. So I tend to just put a blob on the back of my old stamping plate, and we'll do the same thing with the white. Find it. You can see my bottles are fairly scaggy. These are what I just use for playing with. Doesn't really matter, does it, when you're playing? But if you're allergic to gel polish, don't buy Elite 99. You'll flare up like you wouldn't believe. So we have a matte pink base. First thing we're going to do is stick a gem on. So if you use a gem tray, best thing ever, pop a couple in, decide what colour you want or what shape you want, whatever you fancy, and then you can either use a gel brush or a dotting tool. It's totally up to you what you're going to do. And I find if you put your gem in the middle first, it gives you something to play with. So we're going to open up our C&D Brissa. This is pretty scaggy now, it's old, but it's what I've always used to stick gems on, and I find it works quite well. I have used Ink Jelly Pro as well, and that's very good. So I'm just going to blob quite a tall amount, if you can see that. It's almost as if you were going to make the apex with it. So there's quite a hefty blob on there. Don't be shy with it. I tend to find if you're a bit shy with it, it doesn't really work. And then I've lost my tool. I hate it when this happens. Ha. Another thing I would suggest is don't spend a fortune on any fancy tools. This is literally a blob of blue tack stuck on the end of an old dotting tool, and I'll tell you what, it works. find the right shape. Look how simple. It picks it up for you, places it on for you. Don't have to mess about. So press that into your gel. You can see there is a little bit around the edge, but that's okay. So you're going to top coat up to it. So we're going to cure that now. I tend to give it 30 seconds, but I'm just going to give it 10 just for the purposes of demonstration. So move on to the pearl liner brush. She is a beauty. Very fine. It's nice to use. What I tend to do is get a lint-free wipe. These are actually paper waxing strips. They are by far the best lint-free wipe you will ever use, so don't waste your money on anything else. And I'm going to put some IPA, which is isopropyl alcohol, or cleanser, or acetone, whatever you fancy. I'm going to put that on there, because what I want to do is wipe my brush off when I'm ready to use it. So, oops, I'm going to move around there so I can keep wobbling my thing. Pick up your black. Bold strokes is the way to do it, so just be bold. Don't worry about where it's going to go too much. You can soon adjust them. If you're a bit scared of it, it makes it harder to do. Just think of a vague sort of pattern. If you need to twist your client or your pop, do it. It's not the end of the world. Put some vague lines in there. Now they're always going to turn out differently to how you expect. Don't be scared of it. Life's for learning. I tend to find people don't dare try things. What's the shame in trying something? If it doesn't work, at least you've learnt from it. That's what I think anyway. So we have a vaguish flower shape. It's not the best flower in the world, but it's obviously a flower. And now I'm going to just roll my liner brush in the IPA. That will just get the majority of that off. And we'll flash cure this now for 5 seconds if you're happy with your design. If you flash cure in between, if you cock it up or do something you don't like, at least then you can wipe it off and it's not going to ruin what you did like. So at any point when you think, oh, that's nice, I want to keep that, cure it, because then you're not going to bodge. Taking the white, you might need a little bit more of the white. You're just going to do the same thing. Nice even lines. You don't need to do the whole lot, you can make them random. Not the best flower I've ever drawn, not gonna lie, but it's alright, it's obviously a flower. So, I'm happy with that, so I'm going to cure it. 5 seconds. I'm going to wipe off my brush in a rolling motion. That cleans it up nicely and keeps it all together. And the last bit, I'm going to take some colour. I'm going to go for blue, it's pretty. A little dab and also a little tiny bit of a top coat. Because if you mix it in, it obviously goes quite transparent. So if you wanted that kind of sheer look and build up a colour, that's quite nice to make a transparent piece and then go darker as you go. So you get to where you want to put the blue shading, fill in those gaps. Doesn't have to be all the way around, you can do it however you want. Don't be scared to experiment, it's just on a nail stick. It really doesn't matter if it goes wrong, because you've had a go. You've learnt things. And that's my sheer layer put down. I'm going to bob that in the lamp again, because I was happy with it. Wipe off my brush. Keep it nice and together in a rolling motion. And now I'm going to go in with a little bit darker of the pure polish, just to kind of deepen the effect in places. Find if you use a dotting kind of motion round gives it some depth and some colour. If you were to team this type of thing with a blue or a pink, it would look really pretty. And if you think, oh, I've overgone there, I don't like that, you can go back to your slightly paler colour. See there, I've not really got enough paler colour, so I can blend it out a little bit. If you're not happy with it, wipe your brush off, get some clear. You can just pull it out a bit. Give it that watercolory kind of effect. And if you don't like it, wipe it off and start again. That's why you cure in between. That's that one. So we'll cure that. And then we have to decide whether we're going to use clear or a matte top coat. Not a shiny or a matte top coat. I think we'll go shiny today, just to match the other one. So when you're working with crystals, don't ever cover your crystals in top coat because it will ruin them. So you go round them, put your brush up to them. It gives it a little lip, it kind of creates a little bit of an extra lip to get round the outside of that gem. Hold it a little bit more in place. If you think you've got a bit on, which I think I did, you can always give it a little wipe. Very careful. In the corner of one of these, make sure it's not on that gem, and then cure that. So that is how you make these simple salon designed flowers with a gem. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial and give me a thumbs up if you did. You can get these gems and the liner brush from glittergoddess.co.uk. Thanks very much, bye now.